Hey guys, guess who it is? It is me, Random Toilet, and I am doing a commentary that is long overdue. Since I was grounded, I didn't have much time to do commentaries, but I did have a lot of time to come up with a bunch of new ideas for you fabulous people out there. And my first commentary that I'm going to do right out of the gate, coming back from my grounding, is my first fight. A lot of people may be wondering, how did it start? How did it go? Why were you in the fight? Who got you in the fight, stuff like that. But I'm going to answer all of it right here, right now. Okay, so my first fight happened when I was around 8 years old. There's usually these two groups of kids who hung around in my neighborhood, my area. My group consisted of me, two twins, and two other boys. One boy was 14, the other one was around 12, 13. And I was 8 years old. The twins were both 10, obviously. And the 13-year-old boy, his name was Zach. And the 14-year-old boy, our leader, I guess you could say, his name was Josh. So what happened was, this other group of kids were over closer to like our houses, because my group of friends, we usually live, we lived near each other, and like on one side of the neighborhood, and the other guys lived on the other side of the neighborhood. So like we were like little kid gangs, as some of you may be thinking, but that's not really what it was. We were just like a group of people who hung out together and stuck up for each other. Because like Josh, he would always be there for us. Somebody was bullying us at school, he would always come to school after his school was done, because he ended up earlier than us, because he was in like middle school or something. So he would come down and be like, leave these kids alone, they're cool, they're with me, stuff like that. And I didn't really get bullied, because I was more of the outgoing person, the one that tried to make as many friends as possible. And it sounds really weird me saying that about myself, but it's the truth. The one who did really get bullied was the younger twin. And yes, twins are younger, obviously, because they don't come out of the mom's area at the same time. And the younger twin was shyer. He didn't really talk to many people. The only people he really did talk to were his parents, obviously, and the kids in the group that we usually hang out with after school. And one day, the other group of kids were in like our area, our territory, I guess, because one half of the kids live on the other side. Like them, they live on the other side of the community, and we live on our side of the community. And then they were in our area. We didn't really think much of it, but then they started like throwing snowballs at us. It was a wintry day, so they started throwing snowballs at us. We didn't really like it, and then Josh had to go in. So did the 13-year-old, and I went in for a bit, but the twins wanted to stay outside and go sledding, so we left them alone, and they went sledding. I came back outside, and I saw the younger twin being he's like 10 years old, and an older kid, I'm gonna say like maybe a year older than him, was pushing him around, and I didn't really like it, because he was my friend, and Josh was like my role model, and I was trying to think, what would Josh do? What would Josh do at this time? I know what Josh would do. He'd go over there and push that kid. So, being the dumbass I was, I ran over there. I said, leave him alone. And I just walked up to him. I pushed him. So then, he pushed me back. And then, he went to go punch at me. And like, I kind of like ran away, because I was kind of scared, but I was thinking, gotta be like Josh, gotta be like Josh. So I came back, and I kicked him right in the nuts. And he went down. And he got back up. Like, he went down for like a bit, got back up, started yelling at me. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. And at this time, Josh had finished dinner or whatever he was doing, and he came outside, and he heard this kid yell, I'm gonna kill you, at me. And I was like the little brother of the group, and Josh was always looking out for me, always protecting me, and Josh did not like that at all. He got really mad. He ran over, and he's like, who are you gonna kill? You're gonna kill my little brother? Because like we had like a bond like that, I guess. No homo. And he just got really mad, so he ran over. He hit the kid, and then the kid's older brother came. The kid, he was the same age as Josh, and then they started going at it, and like not like a really big fight. It was just like they weren't really trying to hurt each other. They're just trying to like show who's like more dominant or something like that, like how polar bears do it and all that. So then at this point, everyone just like confused, they're worried. So then pretty much we just started a big like tussle, I guess you can call it. I was wrestling one of their younger kids. The twins started wrestling their other guys. Josh and their older brother person were fighting, and were just messing around. But afterwards, nobody actually got hurt. And then we all just kind of sat there and started laughing, and we realized how stupid we were and how dumb that whole situation was. And it was really out of nowhere. The other kids apologized to the younger twin. I can't even remember his name. I remember everyone's name but him, because he was really shy, and since I was like a younger kid, I didn't really pay too much attention to shyer people. I usually paid attention to like the more outgoing people like myself. And I kind of regret not remembering his name, because we ended up hanging out a lot after like school, being in a group. The group stayed together for like I think another year or two, but then Josh ended up going to high school. And then when high school came, he had like no time for the younger guys, being like the older kid, having to go to high school parties and stuff, football team, basketball. He's like a really athletic guy. And to this day, it sounds really weird, but I'm still trying to be as much like Josh as possible. I'm on the football team, I'm on the basketball team, I'm on the rugby team, I'm on the soccer team. I keep my grades up as well as I can. I'm on in a football league out of school too. I do basketball out of school. I do a bunch of sports out of school, and I'm really outgoing still. Like, it happened when I was younger, and it's still today. And I just kept going at it. And then I've been in a lot more fights. This doesn't sound very good, but it's the truth. But time to tell you the consequences of this fight. Afterwards, I got home with my friends, because usually we would switch. We would go to somebody's house for like snacks. And we just went home, and I told my mom we're in for snacks. My dad came into the house like 2 minutes later, and he told all of us that he saw what happened, and he wanted us to explain to him what happened. So we explained to him what happened, and he got really mad at us for, not us, mainly me, because I chose to do the dumb thing. I chose the dumb decision. So, being 8 years old, you can't really ground an 8-year-old for much. He kind of put me in timeout, made my friends have to go home, but we ended up hanging out later. Not that same day, but another day, and I'm still good friends with Zach. I didn't really talk about him much in the story, because Zach didn't really do much. He kind of just stood there. Like, he was like the skinny little kid who like stuck with the bigger guy to make sure that he didn't get beat up, and they were still really good friends and everything. But yeah, that's all. Fights are dumb. That's pretty much all I'm saying. Don't get into them. So if you don't get into them, you won't have to do a stupid commentary like this. Well, the commentary is not stupid, but the subject's pretty stupid. Like, cause it's just dumb. Don't get into them. Fights aren't worth it. That's all I'm trying to say. It gives you a good commentary subject, that's for sure. But the fight itself isn't worth it, and all the trouble you get in just isn't. It just plain isn't worth it. Getting in trouble is not fun, especially not fights, because my dad wasn't the type of dad who'd be like, "Oh, did you get into a fight? Did you hurt the kid good?" He was like the pacifist guy who really never wanted to see anyone hurt. He never wanted to see anyone get into a fight, stuff like that. And now, looking back on it, I realized what a good guy he was, and he had the right intentions. And I try to still be like Josh, but I try to be like my dad a lot too. And this commentary is wrapping up really soon, so peace out. It's been Ram Toilet.
Sentry gun ready for delivery. Mark the DZ. Your work is appreciated. Well done.